There are an increasing number of people who feel that sex and violence may be as out of control as far as the mass media is concerned. There's the counter-argument that says that is precisely what America wants because it sells so very well.
We're headed toward a time in which I believe the industry is eating itself alive.
As an industry, we've set out to shock rather than inspire.
So I think that it's time for us to think about plots and relationships.
The New Harmony Project began in 1986. A group of media professionals came together who shared a concern. They saw their areas of film and television and theater going towards sensational, exploitive material with a cynical mindset. And we came together and said, what could we do to make an impact? And the result was a conference laboratory. And the New Harmony Project began with a desire to nurture writers whose works sensitively explore the positive values of life.
I do believe there's a shift in the public's attitude. I think they've been so saturated and inundated with the shoot 'em up, blow 'em up formula movies that they're looking for something that embraces humanity.
Amen, amen, I think everything they say is
yes, but they say five of them.
It's become almost impossible to develop something, even in a developmental theater in New York City, with all the demands of the union. So this becomes incredibly special for the actors, for the authors, and also for the resource people, because they can really participate.
As an actor, our opinions, our feedback, our perspective, the things that we experience in the course of working on the material is valued.
I wasn't talking to you.
Kind of reminds you why you got in it to begin with. It's very stimulating. It's much more stimulating than anything I've done in a long time.
I'll tell it. Put it away. Deciding right and wrong, got the
I
mighty
watched
on the
actors
throne.
put on the characters that they were acting almost like a glove. But because these pieces are not done yet, because the author is still working on these pieces, it was an unformed glove. The character was not fully yet developed. And I was impressed by the fact that actors felt free to talk to the writers and tell the writers exactly how they felt.
I have a question too. She says later she's a college graduate. Is that for real?
Yeah.
This kind of back and forth dialogue between the writers and the actors is excellent. Everybody then becomes something of a source of the artistic growth of a piece. The writer ultimately listens, and the writer ultimately has to do the rewriting. But that everybody offers to the community and to the spirit of the community so that a piece grows out of that sense of community.
All of us are absolutely useless without the writers in the business, whether it's in theater, in films, television, radio, whatever.
Cut. All right, let's do one more, but that's very nice. That's going to work like gangbusters.
We're not concerned also by the clock. We have the time to spend with the material. You don't have to think about it as far as an overall production is concerned, so they're not the monetary concerns of things at all. It's truly nurturing and artistic. And I think it's important for us as artists to have this kind of environment. It's much more creative than anything else I've done.
Let's present something together. Let's see if we can set our egos aside for a little while and all work towards the common good of the writer.
Placing a writer into this environment opens up the creative possibilities, and unless those possibilities are opened up, all we're going to see on the screen are the typical car crashes and the scenes we've seen 1,000 times before.
She has Alzheimer's. You lie to her all the time. You never look her in the eye. Why do you do that?
Because I have been the babysitter and general slave around here for the past year. You know you can't. And don't you ever call me a bitch in my own home.
I never called you a bitch.
You just called me a cold bitch.
Fish. I said cold fish.
Fish.
Yeah, fish.
Fish. Don't call me a cold fish either.
We talk about the fact that the fear of failing is absent. I mean, we're not here to fail, or we are here to fail if that's what happens, but there are no repercussions, only a nurturing environment.
One of the great advantages of working here in this environment in New Harmony is that you can take a walk down a beautiful street. I find that I wake up with a plan for the day. I wake up with the solutions to problems, just sort of sitting there. I think, oh yeah, that's a way to do it.
We've come here to explore the work of writers and to work with them and help them as actors, as directors, as filmmakers, as theater makers.
Think we could see that doctor this afternoon? You know, I'm not real sure that Roland ain't allergic to bee stings. What is it, honey? What, you get some of that rinse in your eyes?
We don't say we succeeded in New Harmony Project if we get a play to go to Broadway. That's nice, but that's not the point. We don't say we succeeded in the New Harmony Project if we get a film script that finally finds a producer and gets shot. That's nice, but that's not the point. We have succeeded if that piece has not only sought but begun to find this kind of meaning, which is hope, not futility, which is construction among human beings, not destruction. When these things occur during the weeks of New Harmony, and a writer says at the very end, I know where this piece is going now, then we have succeeded. That's all that we seek. Then I think the people who have participated will put up their hands at the end and they'll say, I want to come back.